On today's DNVR Buffs Live, On3 has dropped Julian Lewis to a 4-star. What is going on? Makes no sense. We're also going to do Big 12 Media Day predictions, news and notes from last week. Tons more. Let's get into it.
Andiamo!
Let's go, baby. Welcome into DNVR Buffs Primetime, coming live from the Toyota Lounge. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. We are presented by Illegal Pete's, everyone's go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beers.
Hell yeah.
It's been like a little less than a week since I've done this, so I'm a little rusty right now.
Whoa, really? I know that break was long, huh? Day 3, I was a little like... I'm feeling anxious about things to do, you know. It was unsettling. That Saturday felt like I missed Monday.
It was the opposite for us, I think. Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday were a lot because we're getting everything ready.
Cramming.
Yeah, we were cramming. But we made it happen. What's up, chat? I missed you guys. RK is working. He's not here, but he's actually working.
So they say.
I promise.
So they say.
Well, yeah, so we don't know what actually goes on.
Yeah. He had to get a little work in before he heads to Vegas for some more work. That guy's got it tough, you know.
Yeah.
Real tough.
What a
real
life.
Tough. Yeah. Yep. By the way, I saw record temps in Vegas. You ready for this?
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back melted, bro. I'm going to be in a cup.
We coming back melted in a cup. It says, Jay, make the t-shirts now. Print them, baby. Yeah, no, lots of sunscreen. Lots of
air conditioning.
Yep, that's right.
I don't know if I've said this on the show, but I've told Alyssa this and other people that we've gone to Vegas with. That place shouldn't exist. It's a monument to man's ignorance.
Yeah, no, it is. We've flown too close to the sun.
It's crazy.
And Vegas is what we spat out. Yes. No, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
I'm excited, though. It'll be a fun time. We'll do some predictions here shortly and talk about Media Day. It's going to be a little different than last year. Last year we were live for, 3 hours almost?
What was that about?
Well, because last year, we'll get into it, but last year they had us set up, and they'd bring the people by, like the coaches and the players, while we were on the show. So we could just, I don't know if that's the format this time.
Boy, tune in all of this week to find out, I suppose.
Oh, well, there'll be plenty of good content.
It's a hell of a teaser
Don't
right
worry.
there. Yeah.
All right, let's get into Juju.
Okay.
We talked to Philip Dukes of On3 on Wednesday. Gave some great insight. Great conversation, I thought. The chat loved it.
Yes.
Got a great reception from it. And, yeah, I mean, we'll get into what happened over the weekend. He's rocking an Indiana shirt. There's an Auburn football again, all this stuff. Showed love to USC again. But today, On3 moves Julian Lewis down to a 4-star. Wow. What is happening? How does this happen all the time? And there's a paper trail.
That's the bigger thing, is this trend seems to be going on and on and on with On3. Yeah.
Let's pull it up. Matt H. did a lot of great homework on this on Twitter, as he always does. If you could pull up one of the 2 tweets, Alyssa.
That's coming.
But there's a history of this. There's also... Is this a sign of things to come for Colorado angle of this thing too? Because if you just want to click on one of the pictures, So here's Juju's rankings. These are from On3. You can see at the very top, that's the On3 industry, still a 5-star. 5-star at 247, 5-star at ESPN, 5-star at Rivals. But On3...
Top 3 quarterback for the other 3 publications, yeah.
But On3 today has moved him to the 7th overall quarterback.
Yep.
44th in the country with a 4-star.
And gosh, what's the camp he was at most recently? I mean, it's not like a ton has happened, yeah.
There was a Rivals camp. He did Elite 11s during spring. He's been everywhere. He's been going to a lot of stuff.
So, I guess those camps could have shifted things.
They could have.
It's not like the deadest period, I suppose.
Right. But we're talking about shorts and T-shirts here, not football pads.
It's a good point. It's a good point. And also, it's a striking difference. I mean, he is a top 3 quarterback for the other publications. He is a top 3 prospect overall for ESPN and Rivals. Top 16 for 247. Gets dropped to 44th overall on On3.
Crazy. We can look at some other guys committed to the team in this year's class too. Chauncey Gooden. He is a Buff. He's committed.
Mm-hmm.
He's an On3 industry 4-star. He's a 4-star on 247 on ESPN on Rivals, but On3 has him as a 3-star at 86 at his position. The lowest besides that is Rivals having him 16th at his position.
Yep.
That's a 70 spot gap.
It's really significant. Really significant. Yeah.
It's
surprising.
It's like that for Montrose Walker. It's like that for Alex Graham. And then...
And it doesn't end there.
It does not end there. If you could pull up the other one now, Alyssa. This is the other tweet, sorry, from Matt. So let's look back in history here. He just tweeted this out with a thinking emoji. There's our guy, Seat, big Seat. Number 1 at his position at Rivals, ESPN, 247, and on the On3 industry, but On3 themselves have him 3rd.
Yeah. The other thing is Jordan Seaton, very much their first overall tackle at On3 for a long time.
Yeah.
Much like Juju Lewis.
Right.
So it makes you wonder, it just seems like the drop often seems to correlate with where they're signing.
That's the pattern.
Yeah.
There's Draylen's 55 on On3, 17 at 247, 2 at ESPN, 20th at Rivals. Again, big gap.
Yep. Consensus top 20 and everyone else. 55th for On3.
Next one is Brandon Davis Swain, 36 at 247, 28th at ESPN, 9 at Rivals, 64 at On3.
Boy, Rivals is really high on him, huh? He's like a borderline 5-star for them.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Dylan Edwards, let's go back here. 3 at Rivals at his position, 7 at ESPN at his position, 12th at 247 at his position, 25th for On3.
Pretty nuts, man.
Interesting stuff. Is this a good sign, actually?
Right, yeah.
I'm being dead serious.
It might actually mean Juju's coming.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting.
It is exciting. Let's dig in a bit more on Juju here. If you could pull up the Instagram post, Alyssa.
Yeah.
So
that's a funny one.
What?
The last one on Buffs assignments, Alyssa, the IG link.
Oh, yeah. There's Julian.
Uh-huh.
It's an Indiana Hoosier shirt.
Yep.
If you go to the last picture in that set that he uploaded, Alyssa, please. There he is throwing a football. And then this last picture. That's an Auburn football.
Correct.
He also posted a picture to his story over the weekend.
Uh-huh.
With Lincoln Riley. He wasn't hugging him or anything, like right side by side. Lincoln was in the picture with another player, and Juju's on that side.
Uh-huh.
What do we think?
Well, regale me with some Buffs recruiting history.
Mm-hmm.
What does this mean for other big names like Seaton and so on and so forth?
Do you remember the Jordan Seaton saga?
I do.
Early signing day comes. we're waiting. We're just waiting. He already committed. We just need him to put his name on the dotted line. And then we get a crystal ball out of nowhere for Jordan Seaton to go to Maryland.
Oh, yeah, huh? That was a funny time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they trying to throw us off the scent here? Because Julian has shown a lot of love to Colorado.
Yes, he has. Yes.
He said he wants to make a decision by the time football starts. We're still 3-4 weeks away from that. But is he, just trying to cool it down a bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the past, the element of surprise is something that has been an added bonus and fun part of like Travis's decision, Big Seat's decision. I'm sure I'm blanking on a couple others who kind of went this route as well.
I mean, the Cormani saga was all about
Cormani
Miami.
saga, exactly. So I wonder if this is just part of the fun of throwing everyone off the scent again. Indiana's pretty random and doesn't concern me.
Right.
Auburn, you could look at it two ways, right? It means Auburn's still very much in the mix. It also means, as we all know, that, this USC decision is far from done and dusted, and he's still showing love to plenty of other schools. The Lincoln Riley post maybe concerns me a bit more, but I do go back to Jordan Seaton post-visit and, his announcement graphics when he announced his top 6 and then it spelled something out, right?
Right. Oh, yeah, he left Colorado off his new top 6. I forgot about that one.
It just feels like a little more of this, throwing us off the scent, getting things to cool so that the surprise feels that much more electric when it comes. And Coach Prime gives us that video of you thought you could have what we got. An all-timer, one of my absolute favorites.
Brady says Julian's trolling everyone. Could be us, could be not. Everyone reading too much in every move. 100%.
Kind of how I feel.
Yes. Jay also says Auburn fans hella confident right now. I'm also confident still.
As you should. I'm feeling pretty confident as well. And I mean, the other thing is like these are pretty unique dynamics,
Right.
Could you imagine being 17 and you're just whatever free shit you decided to put on that day as,
you soak it up.
Getting fan bases going left and right. It'd be lots of fun.
Yep.
That's right.
So yeah, that's the update on him. But shout out to Duke still for coming on.
Of course.
I doubt he had anything to do with these rankings. I know. But the way he spoke about Juju, and he's known about him at least for a long time, just being from the Atlanta area. It was just exciting to hear that stuff. And we talked about it after the interview on Wednesday, but the parallels between him and Shedeur just keep growing stronger and stronger.
Yeah. And I think there's some extra spice to what Juju brings to the table too, which gets me really excited. I mean, gosh, I'd love to see the 6 quarterbacks who are ranked higher than him.
Bryce Underwood's probably one.
Might be a fun little deep dive I do when I'm on vacay in Italy.
Let's go.
Just grind some cut-ups.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Give you my feel for it.
Media day. So the Juju stuff's going to obviously go in the back burner a little bit here because we're going to be at media day.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. I'm going to melt.
Yeah, you get to learn about the Big 12, man. New conference for you.
So let's make some predictions.
All right. I've
got some custom categories here.
Let's go.
If you have any, I'd love for you to add to the table. But if not, I've got 5 of them.
Okay.
And let's get to them. But first, shout out to our friends at UC Health.
Let's go.
UC Health's been dope. They helped us out with the Cortland Sutton stuff with the Broncos guys.
Yep. They work with Coach Prime.
They work with Coach Prime.
You love that.
But they are here today to let you know how important mental health is and encourage Coloradans to live their healthiest lives through statewide initiatives. They include taking care of your mental health. They are CU partners. They're all our partners as well. But they love sharing stories about their patients to help other Coloradans in their health journey. Their patient, David Schlitt, is a Colorado teenager who loves being active outdoors. Prime example of someone taking care of their mental health and living like there is a tomorrow.
That's
and
right.
we've spoken about it on the show. We're going to eliminate the stigma around mental health.
Damn straight, man. Take care of number one.
Of course.
Coach Prime would approve. Coach
Definitely.
Prime understands you're no good to anyone else unless you're taking care of yourself first. Be the best person you can be for yourself and for others, man. It's the greatest show of love when I'm able to say, hey, I need to prioritize this real quick, but I got you.
There you go. You can learn more about David's story and many more inspiring patient stories from UC Health if you head over to uchealth.org/tomorrow and learn what it means to live like there is a tomorrow. It was a Toyota weekend. Yeah, weekend.
Was it?
Of course it was. It's all it was about was getting out there.
It is. A star-spangled Toyota summer, no doubt.
I will say I drove out on Wednesday. We did the draft pod.
Yep.
And I left.
Yeah.
And I stayed stuck on I-70 trying to get through the mountains for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, 70 will get you. 70 will get you. It's a classic.
It's brutal.
It's a classic, yeah.
But if you have a Toyota, it makes it, I guess, that much more easier.
Right.
You can just go off-road, yeah. In your Tacoma, just send it, bro.
Send it. Full send with your Toyota, yeah.
But Toyota's the GOATs. They make sure RK gets around safe and soundly in his 4Runner. And you can do the same. Head on over to your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR.
Heck yeah.
All right, Media Day predictions. We've got some great categories here.
I love this. You guys had a good time last year.
We had a great time last year.
Cam Ward following you.
Yeah. Dan Lanning, of course.
Yeah. Oh.
He would have won one of the categories.
Yeah.
If we look back retroactively at last year's Media Day.
Oh, I know.
He would have won one of the categories we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
Coach Prime's going to be there this time. How about that?
What a dub for us.
Yes.
What a win. Do we know who the Buffs players will be in attendance?
Uh-huh. Shedeur, Travis, Shilo, and Mark Vassett.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Yeah.
The Four Musketeers, as they're known.
The Four Musketeers.
That's amazing. That's great. You love to hear that.
First category, Dre. Spiciest coach. Who will be the spiciest coach at Big 12 Media Day? You could throw out our own Coach Prime if you wanted to. I feel like there's a lot that
he could be.
He could be asked a lot and clap back even harder at a lot of stuff that's happened.
Fools will test him.
Yes.
I also think of recent news.
Yep.
Coach Kyle Whittingham at Utah. Maybe
Right.
You never know. Maybe a little sassy about talking about how he's stepping down and the lack of clarity on that timeline. But most of all, Coach Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State, star running back, DUI hanging over his head, just happened. The info cover-up has been impressive, and I expect lots of questions about that. We know Gundy. I mean, he's 40. He's a man, so you can always count on him to give you a good soundbite. I think he's the leader in the clubhouse here.
I agree. I do think Coach Prime is going to deliver us some moments, but
I do too.
Let it be known, Mike Gundy's a man, and he's 56, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, that was a long time ago,
16
man.
years ago?
That was a long time ago.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
I mean, Colorado's back in the Big 12. Lots has changed, my brother.
Yeah. Gundy's a good one. I don't think Whittingham has it in him.
No,
being
I don't
honest.
either. I don't either. Finch could maybe be a little pissy, you know. Maybe
Who?
Finch, the Arizona coach?
Oh, Brett Brennan. Or, yeah, isn't that his name?
Wildcats?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Who am I thinking of?
Brent Brennan. Are you thinking about Fish, Jed Fish? He's at Washington now. But I agree.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
If he stayed,
oh, there you go.
This would have been spicy.
Yeah, I think Arizona could have some spicy takes, not with a new coach.
Nah, they're too lame.
They are.
They're too lame. They're not going to be spicy.
They are.
Any other candidates for spiciest coach
Campbell
award?
started to get... Campbell was almost fighting fans by the end of last season, so he might have some...
Yeah?
You know.
Dave Aranda, hottest hot seat in the Big 12 at Baylor.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, just coaches, or you saw KJ Simpson seems like he's taken some offense to...
As he should.
Boy, he had a Skip Bayless quote on his locker room about Shedeur.
KJ Jefferson. Not
Shit, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'm struggling.
It was a quote from Skip Bayless about Shedeur. I'm sorry. If you're using Skip Bayless for motivation, you gotta recalculate your priorities, bro.
Yeah, also, we were just recently grinding the Abanakinda film.
Isaiah Augustave. Abanaconda's running back from Pitt.
KJ Jefferson looked terrible.
Yes.
So I think KJ could get spicy.
Okay.
And Gus Bus. I don't think Gus might have something in him.
I'm hyped. I hope we get to talk to him.
That Orlando lifestyle, it gets to us all.
Yeah. Biggest hater.
I can't believe I did that.
Biggest hater predictions. And we don't have to go specific person here. I think we can go team, because I don't know who we would have picked last year going into Media Day. We might have picked Dan Lanning, but leaving, it was clear and away that Dan Lanning was the biggest hater.
Yeah. In retrospect, by far the biggest hater. Who are the leaders in the clubhouse for biggest hater?
I would throw out, it's kind of similar to Dan Lanning, coaches who might be on the opposite side of the spectrum, or maybe even the same side of the spectrum as Coach Prime. One of those two. So
that's why Campbell, I think, could be big hater vibes. I think we could get a lot about, like, we've built a solid program here at Iowa State. We've been doing this for 10 years, you know. I don't know why anyone thinks they're going to be ranked higher than us or predict them to have more wins than us in the Big 12. Like, we know this conference, blah, blah, blah.
But who's to say, like, I don't know, Lance Leopold's like, yeah, we worked the portal, maybe not as much as some other people in this conference type of quote. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see it.
Kansas State.
You're right. That's an other end of the spectrum. Leopold, Campbell, Kansas State. Whittingham kind of fits that bill too.
He is so chill, though. He does not care.
He is. I know. Friend of the network. He was on the Buffs pod, I believe.
Broncos.
Fuck, I can't even get our teams right anymore. Oh, boy.
He was speaking about Jonah Ellis.
Correct. And Bo Nix.
Yep. Who else? Do you think Kalani Sitake is capable of spice or hater energy? BYU.
Give me the case.
I mean, another program who, 5 years ago, he's like, I'm feeling really good. We're in the conversation to move up a conference. We're out of the independents. We're winning 10 games a year. And now all of a sudden, nothing. Arrow pointing way down.
Zach Wilson ain't walking through that door. I don't know. I think that might be more like, we found out last year, first year in a new conference isn't easy. But I don't know that card is enough to win the hater bowl,
Right. So who are we going with? We're going with Gundy again, or are we going with?
No, I think it's Campbell, Leopold, Iowa State, Kansas. Yeah.
Next quote category: who will have the quote of the week? I think we're the leaders in the clubhouse, Colorado.
I mean, no doubt.
So Coach Prime is probably what, minus 500 on this line or something?
5,000.
5,000. Shedeur had some bars last year at Media Day. When he was on ESPN and he was asked something about the pressure of coming up to the Power 5, and he delivered, "I'm a Sanders, I don't feel pressure."
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Travis will be there.
Yeah.
Is Travis capable of the quote of the week?
I mean,
He absolutely is.
Travis is so soft-spoken that sometimes he'll give you some pretty direct quotes that really stand out and are bars in of themselves. Shilo, Shilo has some good ones too.
I am hyped about Shilo.
Yeah. But Coach Prime, by far the favorite.
Outside of Colorado, is it Mike Gundy because of the Ollie Gordon situation? Does he give "I'm a man, I'm 40" inspired quote about defending his players?
It's probably a little more hush-hush because of the nature of everything.
So last year, we kind of had something similar to this with Arizona, because they brought Jaden DeLora, and he was going through that whole case that eventually got dropped and stuff. But it was a weird aura around wherever the hell we were, the hotel. I can't remember where we were, because of that.
Yeah.
Because he was walking around like with everyone. They wouldn't let you talk to him though. And when he was on stage with Coach Fish, Jed Fish just went off for like 10 minutes to eat up 10 minutes of the question time. So,
yeah, I don't know. I don't see any. I mean, I don't see anyone like that really stands out to me as someone who could really spit some bars. Maybe Fafita has something in him. Maybe T-Mac, I'm just trying to think of other big name Heisman hopefuls in the conference that you're going to get to talk to.
Do you think Sonny Dykes capable of... we've been disrespected. This time last year, we were coming off a national championship appearance.
Sonny Dykes has some bars sometimes, but it's more him being outspoken about kind of being an out-of-the-box thinker than anything else. I wouldn't rank that one too highly.
Okay. A few more categories.
Yes.
Most surprisingly good interview. Again, we can just throw out a school, or if you want to pick a coach or a player, by all means. But most surprisingly good interview.
You start me off on this one.
I will throw out Kenny Dillingham. Always has the vibes.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's actually been a guy who pretty early on in Coach Prime's tenure has had some really good quotes on how they're trying to do similar things and how Coach Prime has helped the sport. And,
Yep.
Definitely been, I don't know if an ally is the right word, but
Coach Prime shouted him out last year too.
on the outside world, someone who definitely isn't fighting the way Coach Prime's recruiting or program building. So yeah, he might have some good ones. And I mean, he has a past with Dan Lanning as well, right? So
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, should maybe ask him about
Why
some
is Dan Lanning so upset?
Yeah, like what's with Dan Lanning being such a hater, dude?
Utah is just like surprisingly average. They're good interviews. Cam Rising was good last year. He was really honest too about his knee. Whittingham was great, I thought. I'm gonna throw out Avery Johnson though, because K-State is not bringing Dylan Edwards, but Avery and Dylan played high school football together, and they are boys.
Interesting. Yeah, no, he could be a good one. He just someone like Cam Rising, who has way more media experience and age, I think is a really good call.
And then last one I would throw out, and I don't even know if it's underrated or surprisingly good, but the Gus Bus. Got to throw him out again.
Yeah.
We get the Gus Bus on the show.
Yes.
It's going to be great content.
Yes. 100%.
Last one real quick. Over under 0.5 minutes of Ollie Gordon content we get this week. He is going to be there. He will be there. Brett McMurphy reported that before we went live.
Yikes. Over then.
So
Has to be.
Do you think they let him speak and face the media and all that?
I think if he's there, at least there'll be enough questions to Gundy and his teammates about it.
It's true.
Ollie,
it's going to be
man.
interesting.
Ugh.
Do you want to talk about Bet365 for me?
Yeah, let's do it. What a draft season I've had at Bet365. Got Michael Penix to go 8th overall. What'd I get that at? Like plus 8,000, something like that?
I thought it was 4,000 still. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, plus 4,000. Thank you. Then I got, Zach Edey to go 9th overall in the NBA draft at plus 1,800.
Did you hit 10th in the NHL draft?
And I gave you that plus 400 NHL draft bet that also hit for the NHL draft.
It did?
Yes.
Oh, my God. This guy's
I've been
unbelievable.
having an all-time draft season at Bet365. They're an awesome partner. Great to work with. They get it. All sorts of fun props markets starting to come up on the college football section. App quite easy to use. That's also the only place you can find DNVR custom bets. It's the only place you can use our code DNVR365 to sign up. And when you do that, $10 minimum deposit, and you add, you place a bet. As soon as that bet's settled, $150 in bonus bets in your account to play with right off the bat. It's a beautiful thing. Must be 21 plus, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER and help us out. Use that QR code. Use our code DNVR365.
And then shout out to us. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming on here at the DNVR bar. We have Euro semifinals or finals?
Yes,
What is it this weekend?
semifinals Tuesday and Wednesday. So the next 2 days here at the bar. Been a good atmosphere, good time for some footy this summer at the DNVR bar. So that's been fun. You guys are tailgating in Nebraska.
Yes, we're making that happen. We're making the road trip happen. We have EA CFB 25 coming out, which we're about to talk about. And I'm sure we're going to have some stuff going on here for that. We had
damn straight.
some Madden tournaments, some 2K, some EAFC tournaments.
Yep. Broncos, they're doing a road trip to Tampa where you
Yep.
get to ask and do a Q&A with Todd Davis and the rest of the Broncos crew. You get to go to Tampa. Little Florida action in your life.
Yeah.
And before you know it, we'll be announcing Buffs tailgates for this year. I mean, the DNVR events are popping always.
Of course.
Got to check out the events page on our website, thednvr.com, to get all the info, all the lowdown. You don't want to miss out.
Well done. Do we have any more golf tournaments too?
Yes, last one of the year coming
There you go. Sign up.
up. Yes.
thednvr.com/events. All right, just a handful of things to get to here. Did you watch the F1 race this weekend?
I did it, man.
Did you see Sir Lewis, Broncos owner?
I did. That's big time.
The
man.
Broncos won on Sunday, bro.
It's so great.
Oh,
it's
it was
so
amazing.
great. You love to see it.
Can you pull up my tweet that I sent you, Alyssa? So I got sent this on Wednesday, I believe, so we weren't able to talk about it. But I'll find it. Hold on. But the new scoreboard is up and running, Dre.
Yeah, the people are hyped, huh?
Did you see the pictures of this thing?
I did. Ryan sent it. People are calling it tastefully big. That's great.
It looks incredible.
Yeah, we're excited, huh?
It's fully on and functioning. I just sent it to you, Alyssa.
Is that what the Buffs needed to compete?
It's exactly what they needed.
That's what I'm told, yeah.
And they're going to use every damn bulb on that scoreboard this season.
That's right. Light them up.
There's the view. It's like big enough that it's not imposing of like the view,
Yeah.
but it obviously just looking from that, like if you're sitting on the opposite side, you can very clearly see that scoreboard. And there's
That's
of course a
right.
big one on that side too.
That's
but-
right. This was a problem, huh?
Oh, it was terrible, Dre.
From the press box, you could see the scoreboard good, though, couldn't you? No?
I always use the one champion center side.
Yeah. Oh, this is the other side.
Yeah, this is the other side. This is the one where we had a 4x3 analog TV on top of the stadium.
That was needed.
Yes.
Good on you, Buffs. Way to go.
Another
great. Andiamo for you. Well done. That sounds crazy, Reeve says. God knows what we were talking about.
Quanell X Farrakhan Jr. received a On3 prediction from Steve Wiltfong to commit to Colorado.
Bang.
He would be so there's Juju, and then there's one of the wide receivers, the other wide receiver. Name escapes me right now. Those are the only two players on that visit. If Quanell X Farrakhan commits to Colorado, who are not committed to Colorado. Closing in on a full sweep of that weekend.
My God. I mean, I didn't have success rate like that in the old college football game where I'd have all my visits stacked up on the final home game against like a big opponent. Mm-hmm. And then I'd have to play the game over and over until I blew them out by like 40 to assure the visit went well.
Yeah.
And still you weren't bringing home like all but two.
I know. Yeah.
That's big time right there.
July 13th is his commitment date. That is Saturday. Mark your
14th,
calendars.
you said.
13th.
13th. It is
13th,
Saturday.
yes.
It is Saturday, yes.
EA College Football released some more stuff today. Have you been keeping up with this, Dre?
Sorry, say that again. I was paying attention to the Toyota.
What did we say?
The Tastefully Big, which was straight from Ryan's tweet.
Oh.
I know, and I had to stop myself, Reeve, because I was about to take us. I've done that a few times this episode. I really think I've been on my best behavior. Ryan needs to give me a gold star when he comes back. Inappropriate references I've been this close to making on today's show to completely derail us. You have no idea.
I went back and I watched the end of Friday's show with Neely probably 15 times.
Oh, yeah. Huh?
Did you see that?
Tua seems to have really...
Mohawk Tua.
Mohawk Tua created a monster.
Oh, what a
you
classic.
Love that. Yeah.
Absolute classic.
Yep.
Anyways.
Oh, boy.
On to EA CFB 25. We got a gameplay deep dive today.
Okay.
They've been showing off a lot recently, but we got some more clarification on exactly how this thing runs, the wear and tear system. They've been driving home that there's 134 ways to play with all the teams in the game. That was like a classic characteristic of these games. It sounds like it's sticking around.
Yeah, you love that.
You've got to have stick skills in this game. They're driving that home too. So the olds like you and I probably at a disadvantage when we boot up next Friday.
Yep. The kids, they've got a little more touch, a little more finesse to their game than maybe what we do.
A lot of stuff about the option game.
Okay. We love that. We love option football.
This is one of my favorite parts here. They have like added in defensive shells for coverages and stuff. Which I think they should have been doing this for forever.
Yeah.
Why can't I pick a single high coverage and come out in two high pre-snap? Why can't I do that?
Right.
Now we can do that.
Right. Now we're talking. That's real ball right there.
It is real ball.
Yeah, finally.
A bunch of abilities and stuff. But they had like a 20-minute video of like showing off a game, like just a game being played. Haven't been able to dig in fully, but man, this thing just looks unbelievable.
It really does. It seems like they're gonna execute this in the best of ways. In the best of ways.
Also, the Shedeur is in the game, and it's Colorado exclusive.
Wow. Oh, my God. What a time to be alive.
Isn't that insane?
Holy shit. Oh, man. You won't believe it, but I decided on this Golden Era t-shirt in part because I was coming on your show, and it's a Nuggets championship shirt.
Right.
Kind of felt like it was applicable to the Buffs.
Of course.
Kind of feels like this is a Golden Era right now, Jake, and that's the kind of thing that really brings that home.
Yep.
That is hardcore, man. That's sick right there.
Celestino says it's called Show the Ice, reserved for Colorado only.
Wow.
That's like a recruiting pitch almost.
Yeah. That's
Hey, turn on the game. Look at this.
Tell mama we made it. I mean, and the Shedeur in general has
Of course.
transcendent moment that seems to have had a big, big ripple effect on recruiting and stuff.
We are under 2 weeks. We get to Thursday night at midnight or Friday, depending on where you are. And we hit 1 week until we finally get this game in our hands.
The long anticipated wait. Hard to believe it's finally over.
We made it.
Insane.
Almost.
I know. It's akin to like when as a youth I saw things get voted into law that I thought would never be possible, in my lifetime. That's really like we fought generations to get this game back. Hard to believe it's truly here.
All kinds of stuff.
That's crazy. That's right. We had to finally start paying the players before we could get it back. But look at us now.
Ooh, Ollie Gordon put out a statement. Do we want to dig into it?
Do we read it live? Okay.
Said, I am deeply sorry for the actions that led to my arrest on June 30th. I sincerely apologize to my family, everyone in our program, including players, Coach Gundy, the staff, Oklahoma State University, and our fans. Regardless of the outcome of this pending investigation, I did not uphold the values I have for myself and the values of the OSU football program. I am committed to learning and growing from this mistake, and I will work to earn back the trust of those who I have disappointed. Thank you. To start.
It's good.
To start.
Yeah, I mean, publicly funded institution and their PR team. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good draft. I like it. I like what's coming of it. But no, I'm honestly, I'm glad he's speaking. I'm glad nothing. Man, at the end of the day, I just hope these kids take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Because life's so precious, man. That Kyrie Jackson stuff this weekend just devastated me.
That's
devastated
hard to
me.
transition into that from this. But
devastated me.
Yeah, that was very sad to see.
But that's the worst. That's the worst case scenario. That's the worst outcome of this, and it's just, I mean, it's the messed up thing about life is sometimes you accomplish your things and you're not able to like give life that extra importance it deserves, and you get a little careless with it.
Well, the sad thing about the Kyrie
devastating.
Jackson situation, though, is they weren't even the ones drinking. It was someone else who hit them, which just goes to show the overall message of this whole overarching thing, which is don't drink and drive.
It's so fragile, man. It's so fragile.
So,
Yeah.
very sad situation. Kyrie Jackson, Isaiah Hazel, and Anthony Lighton killed in a car crash over the weekend by a drunk driver. Terrible stuff to see. It seems like Kyrie Jackson was like a really well-loved, well-respected guy. Not just Oregon, but the Vikings already, Alabama.
Alabama before that.
Yeah.
100%, man. 100%.
So sad stuff, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think that's all I've got for today, though. It was quite a bit that happened over the last 5 days or so, however long it's been.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's still the off season.
It is. It is. And soon enough, you'll have some fresh content out in Vegas. Get to talk to all these guys. That'll be nice.
That is true. Maybe a few basketball notes here. Shout out Jalen Sherrod. Got a 7-day contract with the New York Liberty.
Love to see that.
Evan Batty joining the team as an assistant.
Whoa.
Under Tad Boyle.
I missed that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really great. That's huge to have Evan in the program like that.
Oh, yeah. Especially in a year like this where it's like such a transition year. All these transfers coming in.
Wow, what a fantastic hire. I love that.
Shedeur put in work over the weekend with Cam Ward and Kyron Drones at Virginia Tech with Coach Colbert of Select QB Athletics.
Yeah.
Drama somehow came out of that. I didn't even dig into it. Whatever.
That's right. Yeah.
Ridiculous. think that's it. I think we kind of wrapped up everything.
Okay. I love it. You still take questions around these parts?
We still take questions, of course. To the Toyota chat we go. Days to come asks, when do Big 12 Media Days start? So tomorrow. We're actually flying out tonight. So
time for Alyssa to pack up the equipment and head on out. It's that time of year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Can't wait to see her in prominent photos of Big 12 superstars. Like, oh, there's Alyssa in the background.
So, again, this thing is structured a little differently than last year, or maybe a lot differently. It's pretty scheduled out over these next 2 days. So, press conferences, first off, it's split off into 2 days. 8 teams one day, 8 teams the other day. So we're not even till day 2 in terms of Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow it's TCU, K-State, Cincinnati, Texas Tech, Utah, Arizona State, Oklahoma State, and Iowa State. The coaches will do a 15-minute press conference with a 5-minute break in between, starting at 11, going to 1:35. And then we have Commissioner Yormark speaking tomorrow at 10, which will be interesting. And then we have like a breakaway period after lunch, which is I hope what ends up being when we're live, so that we can just grab people and bring them on the show.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? It's structured like that for Wednesday as well. Coach Prime's the first press conference on Wednesday at 11. So if this is 11 a.m. Pacific, that is 2 p.m. Eastern, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they've got ESPNU doing interviews with select players and coaches as well on the field. So Shedeur and Coach Prime will speak from 11:20 to 11:40 on ESPNU. Bless you.
Bless you.
And that's really all I can tell you right now. That's honestly kind of all I know. So,
okay. Definitely one of those weeks where you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on your notifications, follow Jake on Twitter, follow the DNVR Buffs account on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, and try your best to not miss out, because there's going to be a lot coming out.
oh yeah. Back 5 says, when does Juju commit? Do not know. We are just waiting.
Feeling is before football season starts, though, right?
Yes.
So about sometime in August, I guess?
I would hope so. I'd like it to be before we start camp, but I truly don't know. I don't know.
Right.
Well, y'all be live for both days. Yes, we'll be live for at least an hour the next 2 days. And then, of course, we'll have plenty of other content off to the side and stuff that we'll show. I'd assume similar to last year, where we showed some stuff on the show and then we had some stuff that we just uploaded solo. Shelly asked, when is the EA tournament happening on the new scoreboard? CU Students and Players tournament would be tremendous. They're doing a tournament not on the scoreboard, but on the day it launches a week from Friday. I don't know if we have anything actually scheduled for the actual scoreboard. It'd be tight, though.
Mm-hmm.
Thickhead Kings, what interviews are you guys looking forward to? Gus Bus is number one. Outside of the Colorado guys,
Really?
yeah, I'm hyped to talk to him.
That's great.
Dig into some, 2010 Auburn, some Cam Newton, all that stuff.
Yeah, man.
Bo Nix, we could touch on.
100%.
KJ Jefferson, the parallels between Cam and him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a
lot of
fun one.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who
Recruiting
else?
Florida to the Big 12.
Yep. I don't know, just like some of the traditional like Big 12 schools too. Like Jalen Daniels, I think would be fun to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Avery Johnson with the Dylan Angle and all that.
Yep, big time.
But Gundy, of course, gonna be classic Gundy, I'm sure. We'll see if Matt Campbell's a little feisty. That's what I'm most interested in.
Yep, the legacy Big 12 schools will be cool.
Yeah, I'm I'm sorry, I don't really care about ASU and Arizona too much. Utah was last year as well, so
Right.
I think we kind of know what we're getting from both sides.
Exactly.
There.
You covered those teams last year too.
Yeah.
The last 2 years, really.
Janetra says, what affects a recruit's rating when the football season is out? Well, kind of like what Dre said, maybe some camps, but I feel like that's harsh to change a recruit's ranking based on a camp. Personally, I don't know the science behind it.
Yeah, and I mean, then it's maybe collecting more intel from other coaches. But yeah, I mean, intel gathering process can be done in season.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd really be camps. Where you get to see the top guys kind of against each other, you know.
Right. Chase asks, have you heard anything about Utah State players hopping in the portal with the dismissal of Blake Anderson? I believe that's the case still, right? You fire a coach, the portal opens?
I think that sounds right to me, yes. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. That was a wild one.
Yeah, that was a crazy story. But as far as I know, that should be the situation, but I haven't seen... You'd probably know more from Justin and the CSU side if anyone of note has entered the portal from Utah State.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything yet, but I know that was pretty surprising news across the board. So I think that's going to shake some things up, no doubt.
I'll see Justin this week, so I'll ask him and see what the deal is. Jasmine asks, when should we expect more interviews with players? Love watching them on the show with y'all. Well, they were gone this last week. We were gone too, of course. So hopefully soon. Of course, Media Day. I'm sure there'll be stuff with Shedeur, with Travis, with Shilo, of course. And Mate, I'm hyped to talk to him. I think he'd be more than willing to speak with us as well. So this week, to answer your question, but in terms of actually on our show, like here in studio or remote or whatever, I'd hope at least a few more before the camp starts, but who knows?
There's the governor. 21 questions up.
Oh yeah, we did release a piece of content on Friday with Camden Dempsey, the governor of Colorado football, our 21 questions video, so you can check that out too.
Beautiful thing.
Will y'all be live for both days? That is the plan.
Yep.
Yes. So we will be live. You'll have shows the rest of the week.
Oh yeah.
I know last week was a little weird with the holiday and stuff, but there'll be 5 new shows this week, and they will all probably be live. Sports Conversations with Chris says, when will we see the new uniforms? I'm betting not until we're days, if not minutes away from kickoff against NDSU.
Yeah. Yeah. Because last year, when did we get a feeling?
We didn't see them until literally game.
Yeah.
TCU.
Yeah. I think it'll be about that close to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember anything being posted from the team, the program, or any of the players on the jerseys until pretty much after the game when they came out of the tunnel with them. So someone asked, when's the early signing period? We were just talking about this last week. Do you remember what I told you?
Yes, I actually made a calendar. Early signing periods like end of December, right?
Beginning, I think. But it's similar to last year.
Early signing day 12/4. So the 4th of December. Yeah, you're right. Early December.
Yes. There's a lot of changes still going in college football with the calendar and everything. They're talking about shortening the portal period again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they already got rid of the spring portal period. But I think they're talking about changing the 30-day window after the season ends to 15 days only. So there's many more changes to come.
Yeah. Tricky.
What's up, Bill? What is the over-under for White Castle visits? What do we set the line at? 2.5. We're out there, so we get there tonight. It'll be late. We might get White Castle tonight because we're getting in late. I don't know where else we're gonna eat tonight. So tonight, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and then we leave Thursday morning. So set the line at 2.5.
Yeah, for you.
For me.
Sounds like an over to me. Sounds like an over.
Actually, I found last time we were out there, I think, one of the last times we were out there, I found a Thai place down on Fremont.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It was fire.
Love that for us.
We got some pizza down there, too, that was good. So, huh?
I'll go to that Thai place with you.
Okay. We'll make the Thai place happen. But we got to branch out a bit, I think, on Fremont.
Yeah.
Or we could just do 8 East, like just some brisket fried rice. That's some good stuff.
I forgot about that.
What else do we got? When does camp start? End of this month. Last Monday of this month, I believe. So we are 3 weeks away from today.
Crazy.
Yeah. Last year, y'all brought Shedeur's barbecue sauce for players to try. What are you bringing this year? Some dialed in gummies.
You got any plans, Jake? That's a good question right there.
I don't. I do not.
It's a real good question.
What do we have this year? We got Coors Light.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. Just talking ball, I guess.
We will think of something. There will be some fun piece of content, I'm sure.
Love it.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think Juju would enroll early to join the off-season program? It sounds like that's his intention. That'd be crazy, though, because he reclassified. And if he early enrolls, that's finishing high school in 2.5 years, basically.
Yeah. No, I know. I mean, it's crazy how these kids just forgo the last semester of their senior year to start college early. The last semester of senior year, that's like your life has built up to earning those like 4 months of slacking off.
Oh, yeah.
Society has said, like, yeah, we'll give that to you. You
Great
get
times.
these 4 months.
Great times.
Yeah, I didn't do shit.
Neither did I.
I was menace to society for those 5 months.
too.
That was incredible.
Kevin says, bring the sandwich Unc likes. Bring a Ralphie out there from the bar that's 6 days old. Yeah, we missed the boat on the 6 days, but
Holy shit, that'd be amazing.
This Ralphie would make it through TSA. It would make it through an airplane. It'd make it through the Vegas heat. It'd be well seasoned.
Yeah, it sure would. It sure would. Yeah, too bad Dan Lanning's not there to eat
I
it.
know.
It'd be perfect.
Oh, man. It's going to be fun, though. I saw someone ask about time. I don't know time. We will... I'll let you guys know as soon as I know.
Turn on those notifications.
Yeah, make sure you're following on Twitter for the next few days. That's where all the latest updates
Yeah.
and whatnot are going to come from. It's good to be back, though.
For sure. Very nice. Bless you too, Alyssa.
Bless you. Yeah, we got to bring the sunscreen.
Big time, man.
Hydrate, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Damn, we're really going back to Vegas.
I know. Same conference, different conference, same Vegas, though.
We will be at Allegiant Stadium, though, which will be nice, I think.
Uh-huh.
That'll be cool.
Uh-huh.
Some Super Bowl Media Day flashback vibes. Maybe not as poppin', obviously, but
Yeah, that'll be fun.
stay tuned. We'll see you guys then. You got anything else?
That's it for me.
All right.
Thanks for all the fun comments. I appreciate you guys.
Talk to you later. Go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.